problems out
What it do? What it do? People on the internet, the internets, the webs.
Weeps. Hey man, um, I don't remember if we really got into it the other day, but how were you liking the new webtoon by the author of the one that I like?
I'm
Oh,
not
you
sure
Was it-
what
talking
you're
about
talking about. What's going on,
talking about the
Christian?
one I did my
Yeah, the one that did that wrote "I Will Die Soon" or whatever.
what about it?
Didn't you say
Oh,
there was a new webtoon out?
yeah. I mean, it just released like a few days ago, so it's only like 3 chapters out at the moment.
Are they hidden?
I mean, it's alright. It ain't really all that, but it might get better as it keeps
What's going on,
going.
Dev?
It just like pretty much
What's
just
going on, bro?
kind of just laid the foundation of the story. It didn't really do a lot, so it's one of those that's just going it's just gonna build up, and it might might hit, might not. I don't know,
Mm.
but I can't keep reading everything. My list is already long, so
Yeah, you read way too much. So I can't even if I
right.
don't edit like the making a video, and then you technically have to put it on some sort of like I have to put it on like Premiere Pro, and then
Right.
upload it. Just that process itself, I'm like, I got time for that. I think maybe
Facts.
if I got current and I was doing chapter by chapter, it wouldn't be so bad because it would be long. But
That's why I'm trying to get current, man. Lookism and LSC, mainly lookism.
yo,
That's at least
you still
that's
reading
minimum.
Lookism? Is it like I haven't read it past like he literally just got in school, and I was like, okay, it's cool, but it can't be worth reading for this long. It
It's
might be.
good.
I figure it is. You still reading it, so I'm like, it's got to be good, but I just can't see it like the story being interesting enough to be okay. I'm gonna keep reading Lookism.
Nah,
Man,
how far did you get, JC?
I can't. I don't think I can remember. In the story was actually I didn't get that far. Maybe
Chapter wise.
12, 15, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't
He was
touched
just
it
getting used
out.
to his new body, and he was in school and pretty. Yeah. Where can you go with this?
you will be
Technically,
surprised.
it was actually JD's fault. I saw like a headline, and like I think he was like in jail or something, or I was
It
just
was
like,
in jail. It was a wait, what?
I was like,
Oh,
what? It was the headline that you put on there. I was like how did they even get to this point?
uh,
Like it was for a
wait,
tournament or
he was
something? No,
he was in jail? Hold on, I want to know now. I'm curious.
maybe it was a tournament. It was like they were fighting for whatever reason. I'm not sure why they were actually fighting.
Let me see.
It was one of the
Uh,
early ones. Like, what is this?
something with it was an early chapter.
Yeah, it was one of the early ones. I was like, nah, I'm not doing.
Oh, was it a battle at the slave auction?
Yeah. What is that? A slave auction?
Yeah, man. Bro, you have no idea.
That's wild. I'm gonna check it
What's
out.
going on, Ariel? Yeah, we
have
just starting, bro.
no idea the things the things I've read and look at them, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Like for lookism, I'd have to like that's commitment, and I have to know it's gonna be good for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna commit to this.
it is commitment, fam. It definitely is. I got 34 videos I made of lookism.
So, that reminds me of Tower of God. I just can't do.
I got 34 vids of lookism.
So you're not climbing the tower anymore?
I got
Every now
44
and then
vids
I get the itch to be like, let me see what Tower of God is, and then it's the same thing that I remember it being.
this man.
Bro,
This-
is it think about Tower of God is okay. Actually,
okay. Mm-hmm.
before we get started on that,
Oh,
what's
Lord.
going on, everybody? Hunter Association Podcast. I am one of your hosts, JC, aka alwaysjcarson, TheOtakuFix. JD, how you doing, sir?
What's good, people? What's goody? Shout out to Lookism. Shout out to TOG. Shout out to Jungle Juice, man.
I gotta read Jungle Juice. That's something I'm actually interested. Trent Money,
Right.
Trent Monet. How you doing, sir?
You already know the drill, man. We in here. Shout out to Banana Fish. Shout out to
Ooh,
um, I Will Die Soon. Shout out to Tomb Raider King. Shout out to Medical Return. Gang in this bitch. Let's go.
Well, I got one more shout out then. Shout out to Windbreaker. All right, now.
none of these I have read before. But guys, like this is gonna be a little impromptu, a little off the cusp because you read this chapter, Soul Leveling. I mean, it was a hype chapter, but there was not much to talk about. So if there are things you want to talk about, if there are topics that we go off on a tangent on, just let it be known this episode will be for that. We will get Soul Leveling, of course. But I want to say that Tower of God, like I you guys keep hyping it up, but at the same time as people keep hyping up Tower of God, they keep saying that Bam is the same character. Like I get there's character development in Bam, but he's just still the same dude. I don't want to call it simping, but like, bro, you can't let your side characters move the story the entire time. When is the main character going to take control of his own story? Y'all read it.
Oh,
When is it going to happen?
In terms of what, sir?
right.
As in, like, okay, see, we go to season 1, and the
Mhm.
entire story is Bam is chasing after someone else. And then the
Okay.
side characters decide to help him chase after one person.
Okay.
So essentially, he is chasing after someone. It's not him moving the story along. It is he is somewhat strong. He is somewhat special. We don't know what makes him special, but he's special, and the side characters move along the story. We get into the second part of it. We don't know who Bam is. We don't know he is Viola Grace. We don't understand that. We don't know. But it's still the side characters move along the story. It is still uh I can't even remember his name right now. One of the coons, the blue
One of
coon.
the coons.
Yeah, one of them. There's 20 million of them
That's funny.
following around Rachel to get revenge, but not get revenge, and everybody's just literally just moving the story along while Bam consistently quote unquote simps for Rachel and tries to get her back even though she doesn't want to go back. Like, what is the story? Why did y'all love it so much? What is it that happens that the main character is
Now,
not the central focus of the story?
check it out. If I may be the first one to speak on this, as you were kind of just starting up, it really just kind of gave me a little bit of nostalgia. Season 1, webtoon wise, was gas
It
for
was.
real.
Season 1 was great. I give it to you.
So like, now don't get me wrong, I had fallen off somewhere early in season 2, but if it ever gets back to I mean, I can't even say gets back to because I just fell off along the way. At first, that whole deviation from the characters thing threw me off, but I also do kind of like that aspect because, like, if it is a long series, if it was something I was like actively 100% keeping up with, it'd be cooler because it's like it's a whole big like it's a whole like universe of people basically. You know what I'm saying? So you not only get to meet the character, you get to meet like like his like main core of quote unquote side characters, but then the people that are involved in their lives as well, or like involved in like the extra shit when it comes to like jihad shit, wop wop whatever. Like again, I don't know a whole bunch of shit, but yeah, no, the shit was gas, bro. Early on.
Let me give you. You guys may or may not agree with this series, but let me give you a series where the main character is not the main focus a lot of times. One Punch Man. We understand that Saitama is the broken one. He's the Superman. He's the one that can't be beat. But at the same time, introduce side characters. You go off on these side, adventures and see them fight their own battles. And you're like, oh, this is interesting. Hell, whether they win or lose, Saitama is not always the main focus, but they do that part well. They do it great. The artwork is great. The storyline is great. You see them go through their ups and downs as characters, and you're like, okay, I don't miss Saitama that much. I wish he would come back because you want to see him do his great shit. But Bam doesn't do like what was the last? What was the last like overwhelmingly like Bam won this fight? What was it? Was it White? He didn't defeat White? So he didn't defeat White.
I
Was
don't
it?
even know who you're talking about.
This exactly. He didn't defeat White. Was it? Who was the last person Bam defeated on his own without any help? What's going on, Seraph? Is he here?
As person, are we talking about like major person, or just person in general?
This major like like a feat, an
If
accomplishment.
if I would tell you, it would be a spoiler.
I don't know who it is. I haven't gotten that far. I'm on the Hell Train arc.
No, it really would be a spoiler because it's in the
He
hell.
probably beats what's that dude named Manzino?
Nah, he
No,
ain't beat him.
no, it's not Manzino.
Yeah,
It's
he ain't
it's
beat him.
somebody, but I can't say because it's a spoiler.
I get that, but like
I can't say half the people he beats because you haven't got to that
that's
part.
the point. Like we're in season what 2 Hell Train arc, like episode like chapter 1000, and Bam still hasn't done anything significant.
This man say chapter 1000, bro.
I'm not
Probably
sure
yeah.
how many it is, but it's a lot of them.
Not even
Probably.
500 chapters in total.
500 is still a lot.
It's not 500.
Is it
Wow,
really?
that's actually in reality that's really loud. I mean, niggas is on 1,018 in One Piece.
But Luffy's done a million things by now. That's the thing about it. Luffy's defeated plenty of people supposed to be stronger than him.
Yeah,
By
but we
this
actually
point,
only focus on Luffy.
you don't have to. But at the same time,
We
like
actually barely focus on the Straw Hats. We barely focus on the niggas he roll with on a
but
consistent basis. On a day-to-day basis, we barely get them.
but at least we got Doflamingo action. We got the Fishman Island action. We got Luffy's been doing and progressing. Hockey progressing, strength progressing, the gear progressing. Rob Lucci beating like we've had Luffy feats.
All of this you're saying, Bam has all of these feats.
He does. I mean, he might.
He
Okay.
does.
Okay, I can't say he doesn't. I
He
can't say he
does.
doesn't. I'm just
You're
saying.
everything you're complaining
I'm
about
just-
has already happened,
I'm
but
just-
you won't read to find out.
But like, okay, how many? Don't let me go through the website.
Even where I'm at, he was mopping people ever since he came back. Like before people even really knew it was Bam. Like when he was going by whatever the fuck he was going
He
by.
faced what's that baseball dude's name? The prayer.
How about
Yeah,
Love?
Love.
He
He
beat-
didn't beat Love.
He did beat Love.
He didn't beat him. They stopped it. He didn't
Yeah,
beat
but
him. That's the
he
thing
was
about it,
clearly
like-
wrong.
Like he was going to. Don't get me wrong, but like they don't ever give Bam the satisfaction of a feat. Like I won this without a doubt. That's my
Love
thing.
What they kind of
admitted
do
he-
because they kind of give it in the character's monologue of when they're like admiring, like almost kind of like they do with Arthur and T-Bay. They're kind of like all the people are kind of like, yo, he shouldn't be able to do like what he's doing.
I'm going.
They
to
always
Webtoon
give that
app.
like.
Hold on, I'm about to go to Webtoon app, and I want to see where I am. I already read the Tower of Lame app.
Welcome to the Tower God stream.
I'm on 278. Really? Nah, that's not. I went back. I don't know where I'm at, but even 278. Bro, if I go ahead and go 300 chapters to find some significant evidence of Bam like being badass main character he's supposed to be, 300 chapters ain't supposed to be it.
Is that all you want from Tower God now? Is that what you're saying? That's
I
all you
don't
just
know what he wants. I have no idea what he wants.
It's not. Look, I want my main character to show main character like characteristic. Eventually, it's just like, hey, you don't have to be the strongest because a lot of main characters aren't the strongest, especially this early in, their series. But at the same time, he doesn't seem to have his own motives at this point. maybe eventually later, if I keep reading another 500 chapters, he will have his own motive and to quit
What
chasing after
did you
Rachel and quit like making his friends, do things to basically story long and get him to his goal.
did you make it to the name hunt station yet?
Hold on, which one is that? I just got done when they went to the whole his friends were in cages and the whole yeah, something like that.
Friends was in the
His friends were in
cage.
cages and the cages being lowered and he like him and White were going against each other
Oh,
and
so you're still on the white arc. So no, you haven't reached name hunt yet.
matter of fact, is it called Name Hunt?
Yes, it's the name hunt station
Yes,
arc.
okay, that's what I was getting to. I was getting close to that, but no, I keep
Yeah.
trying to read it. I'm like, how many chances I got to give it?
Look, man, it's a
Why
story.
are y'all so dedicated?
It's
Like,
a story, bro.
like what made you guys be like, hey, you know what? This is kind of mid, but I'm gonna keep reading.
It's not mid though.
Okay, before that, what was gas?
What was gas?
Before that, like season 1, I give it to you. There was a whole bunch of plot twist. Bam getting pushed off by Rachel. Like you had all that.
First
The
meeting the
side
new
characters. To go ahead and say it.
first meeting the new side characters. That was good. Meeting White or Hoquin, however
Hogan,
whatever
yeah,
you want to
Hogan
call
was great.
it. Yeah, Hoquin was great. And I can't say anything more because it will be spoilers.
Man, I get it. I get what you're saying, and I'm just like, this is one of
I c-
series
like
that
it's
this
I
one
don't
of
even know
series
how to
you just
explain it
gotta
because
bite the
without
bullet
spoiling
and
it.
be like, you know what?
I
I'm not
can't.
gonna like the whole thing, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. That's one of them series. That's what Tower of God is. I'm not gonna like everything, but once I get to the best part of this series, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, and you're gonna love it. And everybody's gonna be like, "This is better than One Piece. This is the One Piece of webtoons."
I mean,
One Piece ain't that great, but anyway,
personally, I think Tower of God is better than One Piece, but
don't
that's
you
just me.
dare. We're not doing
That's
this.
just me. That's just me.
Wow,
I just
wow.
call it how I see it, fam.
One Piece is
Characters.
like the king of the world.
No, technically, Demon Slayer is the king of the world.
Demon Slayer. So,
You can't deny
we're,
that one. You can't
anyway,
deny.
no, Demon Slayer is as it is, but it shouldn't be because people haven't read the manga or something. I'm not sure what they're what.
They're biting off the anime, bro. Shout out to you, affordable fam.
All right, low leveling. What we're here for because I can't Tower God anymore. Can't One Piece. Why the hell would I? One Piece mid. Thank you, because it is. JD Legend. You will not watch this, but One Piece is mid. King Lightning. One Piece is mid. What's that one dude name I don't like very much, but
I don't know. Look, I don't know One Piece YouTubers, fam.
I want to say his name. I think he's mid too, but I'm not gonna say his name. But what?
The only One Piece YouTubers I know are the ones you just named. That is it.
Those are the only ones that matter. I like both of them. Anyways, all right.
One other.
Low leveling, 158. Thomas Andre. Unfortunately, he's done. He can't even like walk away on his own power.
Pathetic.
But come on, bro. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. All right.
Pathetic. Just sad. Get this man out of here, man. Take this man to the nursing home for hunters and just get the man some jello pudding. Give him some pudding pops. Call Bill Cosby up. I don't know. Get this man out of here, man. He's embarrassing me. He's embarrassing the hunters. Get this man out of here.
So, are we going to acknowledge the fact that these monarchs have been alive and gaining power for millennia, and Thomas Andre has had the power since a couple years? Can we not acknowledge that? Like he did a little something.
Okay, yeah.
I don't believe that you have the patience for Tower God. You ain't got the patience for Thomas Andre.
Look, man, all I heard was he has the power of the rulers.
He does.
Christopher
Fragments.
Robin got jumped. If Christopher Robin wouldn't have got jumped, Christopher Robin probably could have took one of them. The
Maybe.
Monarchs have to jump people. He has the power of the rulers. Go gun. He has the power of the rulers, but he was too old. And
Sung
now,
Jin
we
Woo's about
get,
to take his
and
out.
now we get to the strongest nation level. And now I have to hear excuses about this man being mid. That's what I have to go through now. So go ahead, lay it on me.
Well, I would like to first of all point out that Gogun he was too old to handle the power. So therefore, I mean, like, there's nothing I can do about that. He probably would have been the strongest if he was younger in his prime. Nothing I can do about that. The Thomas Andre held his own for as long as he could.
2 minutes.
It wasn't 2 minutes. Don't
It
do that
was-
to don't
was
disgrace that man like that.
It was 2 minutes, bro.
Not 2 minutes. He did what he could,
In 2 minutes.
but eventually he lost.
Quickly.
Wasn't even quickly. He got some hits in. You know, he put him into a couple buildings, but you know
They gave him the equivalent of one chapter of a fight. Half on one and then a half on the next, and that was it.
But it's a Jin Woo show. We all know this by now. It's like even if Thomas Andre was a couple points lower, it's a Jin Woo show. Who's gonna lose?
So why should I care what Andre does or doesn't?
Because they're trying to make you care that he has the ruler's power, but the ruler's power don't really mean anything right now. So
Why should I care? If it's the Jin Woo show, we know it's the Jin Woo show. Why should we care about any other character but Jin Woo? The only other person I can see we caring about other than his family, because that's his family, is Cha. And that's only because he clapped cheeks. Other than that, why should we care?
Okay. I see you, Kevin. I see Amber. Look, okay. I get what you guys are saying, right? And if I'm being honest, it is really just about how the story's told. Now, the reason why we should care about the ruler's power in general is because they've been fighting this war for so long and nobody has won. So therefore, if you get the ruler's powers without them being fragments or just giving them pieces of their power, then the rulers are strong enough to handle the monarch. It's more equal than not. I get that, but Thomas Andre doesn't have the full ruler's power. He bit off more than he could chew, no pun intended, because of the monarch he was fighting. He did better than he did with Sung Jin Woo. Can we give him that much?
No.
Why not?
Because
You think Sung Jin Woo could have taken the same type of hits from Thomas Andre that the Beast Monarch did?
Jin Woo did take hits.
He took one.
He took a hit.
One.
He took the same hit.
No. The Beast Monarch got plenty of he got power bombed. There was plenty of hits in there. Thomas Andre did a little bit of work.
And what did that little bit of work amount to?
Super Saiyan transformation.
And what did that Super Saiyan transformation amount to?
They don't have one of those. If you don't remember it, you don't have one of those transformations.
I'm just asking a question. I'm just trying to understand.
Well, to answer the question, frankly, it did nothing. I can't,
What exactly?
we're gonna say it did nothing. We could just go ahead and put that out there. It was we're delaying time. We were waiting for Jenna to get there. We all know that. I can't. I'm trying. I'm trying to give Thomas Andre something, but you know what? Maybe if there was more time, if he had more time to make his body stronger, to handle more of the ruler's power, if he could, maybe. but it didn't. Thomas Andre is down. The S-rank hunter was told to leave the premises. So we're here. Jinwoo versus essentially 3 monarchs. Can I ask the question, why is Jinwoo not worried?
Well, I'll tell you what, he about to take a L.
He gonna take that L, yes. Unless somebody jumps in to help him.
I think that gave it away because he basically was like, I'm taking you with me. Like, or he didn't say taking you with me, but he was like, I'm at least taking you. He pointed to the Frost Monarch. I don't know if I think he was unfazed, of course, at first, and then as he started to kind of, I can't remember the exact order, but I remember kind of noticing that he was unfazed as well. Then, of course, it started kind of popping up, and then the conversation started to happen as far as like, can he be eaten and yada yada yada.
Don't worry, I watched the reaction. I know.
So I don't know if I don't know if that's saying like, yo, he's definitely taking this L.
So when I watched the reaction, number one, the first thing I noticed was you noticed the same thing I noticed. Like, it was 3v1. He didn't seem to be phased, didn't seem to be sweaty. But at the same time, what he did do was the same thing that we call Christopher Reed, Christopher Robin. You know, he said the same thing. He's like, I'm taking one of you guys out before it happens.
Commit to Greatness said, ironically, Christopher Reed said the same thing before
Yeah,
he died.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, okay, Jimmy about to take this L because Christopher Reed said the same thing. I'm taking one of you guys out.
Jim will mess around and actually take one out, though.
I don't think he's gonna do it this time.
You don't think he's gonna take one out, bro?
He's got to take one out just for sheer numbers.
But because like he did the thing that Jin Woo normally does, and usually equals the playing field. But as we saw, the first time we saw it was with, even though Jin Woo was a lot weaker and the shadows were a lot weaker, was with Baron. Baron had his own army, number one. And number two, when the shadows tried to attack Baron, way back in the day, Baron basically just shrugged the shadows off. And then when Jinwoo said, hey, I need for y'all to emerge to come out, his shadows tried to attack the monarchs, and they were literally offended. Like, this is what you bringing out against monarchs? Like, I get you're one of the strongest monarchs, but these soldiers are nothing. Like, he froze most of Jinwoo's army when they came out, and they were like, hey, these shadows are literally nothing to us. Why would you even bring them out? Like, that's the thing about, like, if you look at Thomas Andre, like, he's way bigger than the monarchs. We get that, but the shadows weren't too much of a problem for Thomas Andre. So when it comes to the monarchs, like, he froze his shadows and we're like, hey, this is disrespectful. This is plain disrespect that you put out these soldiers out here. Like, these aren't commission level soldiers. These are just your regular soldiers. Why would you even bring these out here to fight us? He froze them like they were nothing. You're like, no, don't. You're not gonna forget these little shadows. Even the insect queen was like, I haven't seen these little things in forever. Like, it's good to see them, but why would you bring them out here to fight us? These aren't even the top level shadows you could have obtained. These aren't even our top level soldiers in our own armies. Like, they seem offended, even though I'm going on a tirade.
They were offended.
It was good to see. Like, if the shadows would have given the monarchs some problems, then yeah, I would have had to drop Soul Leveling. Like, this story.
No.
Go ahead.
But the real question is, okay, so does that mean that his OG soldiers were like? I'm kind of took it as interpreted as, like you said, they were offended that it was like, yo, this whole army is amassed of like basically our people, different clans, different types of our people. You know what I'm saying? From the, obviously from the dungeons and whatnot he's been through. Do you think his original, like the Shadow King's original army, was stronger than that? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say yes, but go ahead, JD. How you feel about that?
Or what about them calling the shadows fodder?
Well, as in the original Shadow Monarch's army was stronger than.
The fodder.
Man, I don't know. I guess that just means Jinwoo got some weak ass niggas, fam.
Well, you could say that. I would agree. Like the thing about Jinwoo is that we saw with the past Shadow Monarch, the original one, was the fact that the longer the fight went on, stronger his army got because he could raise the shadows from the dead. But at the same time, like if you would put Kamish, the dragon that was in the United States, that took all these nation level hunters to defeat, and you would put him against Rue, Igris, even if they were all together, like Kamish was stronger than the Japan ranked, you know, uh, giant that was protecting the gate. Like Kamish was even stronger than that. So they're like, look, we get that this is your army. We get that they're strong compared to everyone here, but it was literally, I'm gonna huff and puff and freeze all these niggas. Like they were
Big
nothing to the
boy.
to the Frost Monarch. Like he was like, these are nothing. Like Kamish was
Okay.
way stronger than all these people combined. So why would you even try to put him up against us?
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Do you think that Sung Jin Woo's original army was intended to then be surprised of humans? Like, what if he were to have a Thomas Andre shadow? Or what if he would have amassed shadows from the nation rank hunters
Right.
and the S rank hunters that we have on Earth?
Well, I would say that number one, since we know that once a shadow is brought out of its original body, it's weaker starting off, but it has the potential to be raised. It starts off at the lowest level, and then it is quote unquote raised and raised and raised and gets stronger and stronger. Now, Peru started off at one level, and then it got way stronger as it became a general. I guess the final stage is so. Yes, eventually the stronger a shadow starts off, the higher it can be raised. So if you were to have gotten a commish, it might have been weaker than its original form, but eventually it gets strong enough as long as it continues to level, gets strong enough to be stronger than it was. So yes, she
Right.
has the potential to raise it stronger than it was, but it takes time. But
So if Thomas dies here, you think he revives Thomas? Well, I guess
no,
Thomas.
because of the ruler thing, I'm not really sure if you can how that works.
Right.
Nah, he ain't reviving Thomas. You ain't see that man run away just now?
Yeah, I did forget that right away.
They went and got the wheelchair, put Thomas in that wheelchair, and they rode that man out of there.
They did
Safety
basically
first.
wheelchair.
Safety first. Lifeguard.
So that's I think the biggest danger for anybody who fights Sung Jin Woo is the number one, it is the length of the battle, and number two, it is like if you put the second ranking person in your army and it gets killed, then that shadow is coming back to fight you. That's that's the most dangerous thing about fighting Sung Jin Woo or the Shadow Monarch. But these are just, you know, creatures that the rulers beat and put it in gate. They aren't the strongest of the
Mm-hmm.
army. They're just people that got defeated. He's taking the leftovers and eventually making them strong. But when it comes to the kings of said group, whether it's the beast, the insect, the frost, they're lower level creatures that are getting stronger. They still aren't comparably stronger to the kings of whatever species or race that they're going against. Like the insect queen was talking like, Baru was like one of her kids, like, oh, it's cute to see you, but what you're not gonna beat me. And that's what I kind of took away from it. Like, oh, well, I haven't seen you guys in forever, but you aren't the strongest insects that I have.
Man, that's mad disrespectful, ain't it?
And that's why Jinwoo's taking his L #1 because his shadows like can't do anything, and then you have 3 monarchs bearing down on you. Like, if I don't see like straight up fear out of Jinwoo in this next, like, I'm gonna say 2 chapters, I'm gonna be sorely disappointed.
Does
That
that
man say
mean
he gonna go
that?
down swinging.
Does that mean that I can't remember what our polar bear monarch or what our polar bear shadow's name is? But does that mean that he's
Tank?
going to? Yeah. Does that mean he's going to inherently um, almost fall in line with the beast monarch?
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because are we under the assumption that, let's say the shadows do get out, the insect lady is going to have some kind of control over Baru or some type of, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, they're automatically loyal to a fault.
Yeah, the shadows are just shadows. They're not the actual, like, if it was the only instance we saw was when Jinwoo made a shadow out of the Ant Queen. She had some sort of rule over the other ants because she was a shadow. They were shadows, but they
It
don't
was
have their
just because of
physical
their
forms anymore. So they're just
yeah. It was
literally shadows.
that was only just because of their hierarchy and in the ant colony. That was the only difference with that.
Yeah, she recognized there were insects, but they're just shadows of the insect. They aren't the actual things, but she recognized, like, okay, these are, subordinates of mine. You took over, like, they're shadows, but they're just subordinates. She was like, oh, I haven't seen you guys in forever. But apparently they're really weak compared to what she has in her arsenal.
So are we all under the agreement that Papa Wu's coming?
Somebody coming. I don't know if it's Papa Wu, but somebody gonna have to come.
Okay, the
When
question that I have for you guys: Did Jinwoo did he fly on Casil, or did he use? No, actually, I guess we'd had to fly because it was still there. So, I mean,
yeah,
he can use Shadow Exchange to get out of there if he really needed to.
True.
But I'm saying
true.
Papa Wu's gonna show up and right before he gets killed and like save him. That's what I'm going with.
Sound good to me. All I know is somebody gonna have to say.
Yeah, this 3v1, like, Jinwoo has been on his high horse for way too long. There's no reason a 3v1 fight he was seen to be so, I'm not calling it arrogant, not the word for it. He just seemed to be unbothered, like, I'm gonna do this. He's been that way for a while now. I'm just ready for him to get knocked off his high horse. Then I could be back on the Jinwoo train.
So you think he's gonna get humbled if he takes an L? Is that what you're expecting, or that's what you're hoping?
Humbled. I don't think humbled is a word for it. I just think more cautious. Like,
Hmm.
anybody in their right mind is not going to do a 3v1 fight in this world, the next world, a fictional world, non-fictional world. Is going to do a 3v1 fight and be like, "Oh, I'll be just fine." He seems to be that person, right? I'm going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like,
You don't sound really confident in this.
yeah, he's not going to be fine. No, I'm going to tell you right now, he's not fine. Um, if his shadows are useless, then he has to fight hand to hand, and they don't seem to be Saiyans. They're not going to take turns. If they do
Oh
take
man.
turns, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. But if they do
Mark
take
Dixie
turns,
down for the Dragon Ball Z dub.
if they do take turns and Jinwoo loses, I'll be very excited.
I wouldn't sit there already not taking turns, right?
Well, they've been jumping. Seems like they've been jumping for insurance purposes, even though JD has made it very clear that they probably didn't have to do that.
It's obvious that they have to do that. We just seen the ass whooping take place.
Okay. Are we? My question is, just for the simple fact of everybody's different. Yes, Thomas Andre is strength wise the strongest nation level hunter when it comes to strength. That doesn't mean he's the fastest. That doesn't mean he's the smartest. Whatever.
But you're saying it like he's like slower than molasses, bro.
But
He's
I'm
still
saying,
fast.
like, if he fought against Liu Zhang, is he faster? I mean, different
We don't
classes can beat different classes depending on the situation. So
normally
he's
I
a
would
tank
agree with
class,
you. Normally I would agree with you. However,
right?
this is solo leveling, bro.
I would, and once again, even though I'm just about to repeat what you said, normally I agree with you, but we haven't had any information otherwise. We haven't seen him fight anybody, but and then we have the Monarch, who was another strength class tank class. We don't have any
Look,
information. That's not
look,
going to go
man,
anywhere.
all I know is nobody wanted to mess with Andre. No, none of the nation levels, nor none of the S ranks.
But they didn't have a reason to either. But at the same
They
time,
they didn't want to.
okay, but at the same time, the
they,
Chinese hunter, the
they
Chinese
didn't want.
nation level hunter said, I don't want to have to fight Jin Woo because of his dad. But he kind of wanted to like scrap with him, even though he knew that he beat Thomas Andre. That's the point. Like,
Yeah,
Thomas Andre
everybody.
is the strongest, and Jin Woo beat
So
him. So therefore, they want to fight Jin Woo. If they didn't think
Jim,
they could beat Thomas Andre, why
that
don't
don't
they
mean
beat
they
Jin
think.
Woo?
That don't mean they think they can beat Andre. They just interested in just to see where they rank against Jin Woo.
If you can't beat one, why would you think you could beat the other?
Aim for the moon, shoot for the stars. If you miss the stars, you land back on the moon.
I give you that much because at the same time, like Jin Woo with his daggers couldn't pierce Thomas Andre. So, but anyway, that's another conversation another day. The reason why Jin Woo actually beat Thomas Andre, they didn't explain it because if you guys didn't know, Jin Woo is strength wise, he is not stronger than Thomas Andre. If you didn't know that, I'm telling you right now, he wasn't. That's why technique skills means something soul leveling because he wasn't stronger than Thomas Andre, but nobody wants to hear that.
Gets the
Nobody wants to talk
entire.
about that.
What are we doing? I don't even know. Like, this is baseless.
Well, Jin Woo has a skill, and the name escapes me, but basically, he stores energy around his fist, and it's basically like if you look at Hunter x Hunter, I likened it to Gon's, Janken Po. Like he stores energy around his fist, and it makes his strikes stronger than they normally are. Therefore, when you see Jin Woo dodging Thomas Andre, he's dodging him, but he's still storing up energy around his fist. If you see the panels, you see the glow that's going around his fist. Eventually, he's strong enough to hit Thomas Andre and do damage to him. But originally, he's not stronger than Thomas Andre, but he has that skill to make his fist do enough damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, Thomas Andre is technically stronger than Jin Woo, but the skill that he has eventually makes him strong enough to do damage to him. But Thomas Andre isn't strong enough or fast enough to actually hit Jin Woo. That's why strength doesn't mean everything.
He blocked Thomas Andre with his toes, with his big toe.
He did do that also. With his foot. It was the whole foot, by the way.
So it's definitely, the punch was just like, so if we are using that into the argument, it's more like, okay, if I'm going to hit you, I'm going to end you. So let me go ahead and put some sauce on it. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that like he would have folded him in a regular jab, but I don't think it was.
And Thomas Andre with the ruler's power and transforming.
Yeah,
all I'm saying is
always souped up. He still got basically swept with ease.
Look, man, all I'm saying is one person surrendered and one person didn't. That's all I'm saying.
And one person had all his gang with him too. Niggas were still chumps.
One person had to surrender. One person threw up the white flag.
Okay, guys, we we have all read and watched too many series to know just because you win a fight doesn't mean it was as easy as it was. Like, you just can't put like this person
All
won,
right,
this
so
person
what
lost.
you trying to say? You ready to run this back?
Okay. Let's just give a simple example.
Mhm.
During the Doflamingo fight, who was stronger, Doflamingo or Luffy?
Doflamingo.
Exactly, but who won the fight?
Plot armor.
Who won the fight? It's not plot armor.
Oh,
Who
he
won the
actually
fight?
got.
Plot armor.
Luffy won the fight. You know
No,
who
no,
won the
no.
fight.
He won the fight with plot armor. Yes.
Yeah, Sabo also gave him like a 10
That's the
minute break.
thing about it. Like, there's so many things that happen in the story. You just can't be like, oh, well,
But
who won
but
the
what
fight?
happened in
Who
this story,
surrendered?
JC? It was a one-on-one fight and one person surrendered.
Yeah, because that's not a one-on-one fight. You just
Hello?
You
What's
gave
going on,
an
Sam?
example where multiple people stepped in to help one person. This was a one-on-one fight
Look,
where the
all I'm
man
saying is the light
surrendered.
novel gave Thomas Andre basically the same fight that he had with the Monarch.
Did he
Which
surrender in the
it
light novel?
wasn't as easy, but
Did he surrender in the light novel?
I don't know if he surrendered light novel.
Oh,
I know
you
he
don't know if he
lost.
surrendered. Did he surrender?
A loss is different. Was it a mid-diff fight or a no-diff fight?
No. Did he surrender? You know he surrendered because you already said you read it, so you know if he surrendered or not.
Hold on, I'm reading the comments right quick.
he did surrender.
Okay.
Do I walk away
So
now or
what-
later?
What's going on, Sam?
So what are you trying to prove here? Whether or not he surrendered?
It doesn't matter. Look, I'm saying he lost a fight, but at the same time, it's how you lose a fight. You're all acting like Jin Woo just no diff the dude, but he didn't. There is a story. There is a reason why he lost, and then of course he lost. Main character, we get it, but there's more to it than just, oh well, this dude is weak because he lost a fight. Like, there's more to it. He's not fodder because he lost a fight against the main
I never
character.
said he was weak. I just said he's weak compared to everybody else. I never said he's weak in
Everybody
general.
else who?
Everybody else left. Everybody else
people
left.
are fighting now.
Everybody else left. That's not fair.
The people were fighting now.
Ridiculous.
He is weak. He doesn't matter anymore. Get him off the screen. Which they did, thank God, because this man was gonna die. They saved him. They went to the hospital where
He's not lying.
JC
What a
looks
grand-
so disappointed and
they went to the
sad.
hospital. They was
disappointed
like,
in-
yo,
Disappointed in
give
my
me the
brothers right
wheelchair.
now because
they was like, give me the wheelchair. Thomas Andre is in trouble. This man like, no, run. He was like, no, you are done. This man Andre trying to crawl and get up. This man was looking pathetic. He had sweat on his face. Look, you ain't even see pupils in his eyes. All you just saw was white bar. This man was unconscious trying to get up. They had to help this man off the field. You want to win, put Booby in. And they was like, no, get your ass out.
I'm disappointed because
I'm disappointed in Andre too. I understand.
like if you're talking like it's so leveling. I hate this. I hate to have to keep doing this because my thing is you're talking about Jin Woo before the Japanese like arc right before he went to the architect, even after the architect, after he defeated the giant monarch. Yeah, he's strong with Thomas Andre. Like after he defeated him, yeah. But before that, Thomas Andre is mopping this dude. That's the thing about it. Like you're talking about like literally like a month between. Like Jinwoo didn't do anything but kill somebody who was already restrained and got stronger with Thomas Andre. That's the mind blowing thing. You're like, oh well, Thomas Andre is super weak. No, Jinwoo had so much help just to get to where he's at, and you're like, oh, Thomas Andre is just weak compared to everybody else. I mean, yes, he is now. Jinwoo got
That's
plot
what
armor.
I said. He's weak to everybody now.
So plot armor. It depends on who we talking about plot armor. Because Jinwoo got plot armor all day, but we're good with that. We're good with plot armor. Now we're good with plot armor. Luffy
Man, you
won
said he
against
was good with
Doflamingo, but plot armor. But Jinwoo wins against Thomas Andre because plot armor.
Okay, so what's your excuse with the Monarch then?
Which one? The one
If
that
you
was
want to
chained
give
up?
Jinwoo the if you want to give Jinwoo the plot armor, what's your excuse with the Monarch that beat Andre?
Oh, he was just stronger.
But strength isn't everything, JC.
It was a tank versus tank fight.
Oh, so strength does play a part.
In that fight, yeah. If he was an assassin type monarch, if he was a poison like the insect one was, possibly, then yeah, the fight changes. Does it not?
It sounds kind of contradictory, fam.
I don't know if the frost monarch could freeze everything.
He
Doesn't really
definitely
matter how
did that.
strong you are, does it?
I don't know.
I mean, I just don't know. I mean, like, does attributes not mean anything? We're not doing Pokemon where attributes don't mean anything anymore. We're just tanking through everything. Is that what we're doing?
I mean, I wasn't using attributes, so I don't know.
I'm not either. But I just trying to make my argument stronger. But yes, I'm mad. Yes, Kevin, I am definitely mad. Jinwoo keeps leveling up for no reason.
So, do we need him to stay weak?
I need him to have a fight to where he levels up legitimately.
That's all he's been doing was having fights to level up legitimately.
The killing the monarch that was chained up and all the levels he gained after that.
So we're
Would he
discounting
have beaten
all
the
of his.
monarch without him being chained up?
Hell if I know. I mean, I
That's
can
a
say
no. We
I
all know
doubt it.
that.
Yeah, I can say I doubt it, but guess
Exactly.
what?
That's the point. Like he got a free power up from the monarch. They gave it to him,
Okay.
and that's when he became stronger than Thomas Andre.
So who fault that is?
The person who wrote the story.
So what's the problem?
That is the problem.
You said this was your favorite series, though.
That is the problem. That's the
But
problem.
you said this was your favorite series, so I don't see why you have a problem with any of this, sir.
That's it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite series. That's why I got a problem with. I can't ignore it.
You can. You can take it for what it is.
You just like ignore the things that are happening.
Hey man, you gotta take it at face value. You gotta know what you're getting yourself into.
How do you know what you get yourself into until
So you see it now, right?
and I'm not supposed to take these things that
I mean, you can critique it, but I mean, it's not gonna change.
oh, definitely not gonna.
I mean, this is what pretty much the end of the story.
Close. Here's what happened with Jinwoo now. If he defeats 3v1, it's pretty much the end of the story.
I mean, he still has the whatchamacallit, so technically he still has another power up.
What?
Remember the Black Heart?
That is to get some mana though.
I mean, the Black Heart's not activated; it's just there. So I'm pretty sure that's
mana purposes only though.
I don't know. We never got any backstory.
I thought it just like gave him a whole bunch of mana, and I have no idea.
Yeah, we never got backstory.
Ugh.
All we know was that the Black Heart was supposed to revive the Shadow Monarch.
Didn't. I digress.
I don't know, fam.
Kristen said it's mana only.
Okay, well, he has 2 hearts, so maybe he has 2 lives.
I have no idea. Oh, soul level is gonna break me. That's what it's gonna do.
That's why you should just read Jungle Juice and be happy.
It's gonna break your
He
heart.
literally just got to the city the last time I read it. I just literally out of my chair.
Who, Jungle Juice? Yeah, shout out to Jungle Juice, fam.
That was Jungle Juice. Read Jungle Juice. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes, read Jungle Juice, man. Suchan is a better MC. Facts.
I haven't read it, so I can't dispute this.
Suchan
Jinwoo better
is
not win this fight. That's all I gotta say. Let him flee.
So what if he bodies all of them?
There's no
Well,
point to the story.
what if it's like a 12-round fight and
If
like
it's an epic
wins
12-round
loses
fight,
love.
look, my motto is make it make sense. As long as it makes sense that he wins this fight, I'm fine.
So if he kills one, gets a power boost, and then is able to defeat the others, you gonna be fine with that?
Hey, that's how they explain it. Make it, he gains like 5-6 levels and, you know, whatever. Cool.
And he beats the rest mid diff.
Mid difficulty, not mid difficulty fight. You know, it's to make it make
So
sense. Make it make sense.
yeah, I just said if he kills one,
Yeah.
and he levels up from that one, and mid diffs the rest of them, 2v1, you fine with that?
That's how the Shadow Monarch works. The longer
I
the
mean,
fight goes on, the stronger he gets.
yeah, but that's only with his army.
But that's what his army. But that's what Jinwoo is because he keeps leveling up. So that's
Yeah,
still
but his
that's still
army is not
consistent
doing anything.
with what he does.
Okay, I just want to know.
Then I will take it. I'll be like, look, makes sense to me.
Just want to know.
Overgeared is great.
Oh, Overgeared is great. Overgeared is very great.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Jinwoo's mid to high diff fights. He had a high diff fight when he was first starting out.
Against the snake.
The snake was a great fight.
Baron was a high diff fight, right?
Yeah, Baron was definitely a high diff fight.
Baron was a high diff fight too, for sure.
Yeah,
Egress was a high diff fight for him. So like
Egress was a high diff.
Baron was the last high diff fight he had. So
yeah, Baron was the last high diff.
It's making me sad.
After that, it just kind of went downhill.
There's a lot of mid difficulties. Not even a lot of mid. Maybe like 1 or 2.
Nah. I don't know.
It's making me depressed.
Shout out to Windbreaker, bro.
Windbreaker? Did I read which one? Was Windbreaker the swimming?
Cycling.
What was the running one? That was a good one. Y'all should watch that. Did I read that or watch that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Run with the Wind? Was it Run with the Wind?
Never seen it.
Trent
watches. Trent reads Medical Return.
No. I know he watched or read this one.
Oh. Can't comment.
Dang it, Trent. But
Seraph, what you been reading lately, fam?
Did I lose?
Goddamn.
Did I lose Seraph?
I think you lost Seraph.
No, he's here. He asked what you were reading or
What have I been reading lately?
Yeah, man.
The Evolutionary Blade, Tales of Demons and Gods still, Seed, Versatile Mage.
when do you have time to read all these?
You'll be surprised how much downtime we have at work. The Lazy Prince Becomes a Genius. That's a new one that just came out. It's only 11 chapters in. I really like it.
Is it like
Eminence Shadow? There's a lot, guys.
Trent, I need you to hear so I can ask the question about the running anime. I know you watched it.
Maybe it's Running for Your Life.
It's gotta be
Mercenary
Run with the
Enrollment.
Wind.
The Return of Mount Hulasect.
That part.
Return of the Frozen Player.
Return of Mount Huasek.
Yeah.
Well, I got a feeling that's the
Return of the Blossoming Blade.
Yeah. Okay. I figured that. Figured out it's the same one because they have. I'm reading that too.
Worn and Torn Newbie.
Never heard of that one.
There we go.
Arcane Sniper.
It's definitely Run with the Wind.
Peerless Dad.
Put it on the screen. Look me.
I haven't read that.
Hopefully, it's nothing by negative. If this
that you know. Oh Lord. Let's see.
Yeah,
I'm reading.
There's more, but I'm gonna let you guys get to it too.
Reading Shotgun Boy, The Boxer.
Shotgun Boy's good. Boxer's good.
Jungle Juice, Surviving Romance.
I also haven't read Jungle Juice yet.
Mage and Demon Queen,
Jungle
Teenage
Juice is good.
Mercenary.
I just Haven't had time to
Survival
catch up.
Story of the Sword King is pretty tight too.
Still haven't got around to that. I got Omniscient Reader, Infinite Leveling Mirror, Advanced Player, Let's Play, Seed,
Let's Play is great.
Windbreaker, Tower of God, The Build Up, To You Who Swallowed a Star, Get Schooled, Love Hidden in Lies, Lookism,
What in the
He's
world?
Hopeless, The Strongest Floors, Return to Player,
I ain't
Random
got nothing
Chat,
else to do with something. That's too much.
I Love
Well, I work on
You,
my
Out
car.
of
If that
High
counts for anything,
School,
JC.
Return of the
I
Blossoming
saw. Yeah,
Blade,
how's that going, by the way?
No Scope.
It's going okay. I just need to pull out the frame a little bit, and she'll be back to new.
Let's see what else.
How
Yeah,
you pull
so
out if it's bent?
I literally strap it to his tree,
Yeah.
ratchet strap it down to pull the metal a little bit, and then hammer it down to get the crease out, and then just keep pulling, keep doing that till it gets back to true and straight on both sides. And then I just need to cut out the welds for the core support, which is the core support is what holds in your radiator and headlights as well. So I just need to cut out the welds for that so I can pull off the bent one and then weld on a new one. A little bit of car stuff for you.
Reincarnation of the suicidal battle god.
Suicidal battle god. Oh, I'm actually reading that right now as we speak.
Well, they're already reading it, so apparently everybody's reading everything. How?
I mean,
Lothar sent me this one.
I just named the ones that I was reading on Webtoons. I haven't even got to my Tapas list yet.
How do y'all even like? If y'all don't, the picture doesn't look good. I'm not reading it.
This man based a book off the cover.
Yes, if it doesn't, like, I look at food and I'm like, that looks good. Do I want to eat this? Yeah, that's great. That's how my life works. Why would something that looks appetizing? Why would I?
That I mean, it's a lot of them you should read, man. You should read The Servant King. The Servant is the Demon King. Archmage returns after 4,000 years. Kill the
Archmage
Hero.
returns out of 4,000.
Um,
Kill the hero is good too.
yeah, Destined to Greatness. You should read that one. Max Level Hero Returns. You should read that one.
Max level hero is tight too.
Right. Golem Dungeon Rush is good. Ranker Who Lives a Second Time or Second Life Ranker. Depends on which
Second life
translation
ranker is
you use.
good.
Return of Magic should be special. Fire.
Returner's magic, yes.
Fire. SS class for
Suicide hero, even though it's season 1 is over.
I'm already reading that one. I'm reading.
We're waiting on season 2 for Suicide Hero.
Okay, now that Tapas is over, now I got let's see.
Hold up. By the way, that's that last one you just said. That dude crazy.
Yes.
For killing himself 4,000 times.
Over 4,000 times.
Yeah, I read that. I was like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, what kind of determination it takes to keep going back one day every time you kill?
I mean, it'd be like that.
Listen, in order to get the corrupt out of the world, you gotta do what you gotta do, dog. You feel me?
No, I don't. No, I can't kill.
I mean, he's actually like, okay. I can't even spoil anything for JC right now.
No, you can't.
He needs to read it. It's just really good.
I am reading it. I just haven't.
Chapter 15, dog. That shit made me cry.
Facts. Me too, Seraph, man. We cried together. You saw me on stream.
Chapter 7 or
yeah, I did. I was like, I'm still crying on stream with you.
Yeah, saw me on stream.
Even the latest chapters have been hitting pretty good too. Like chapter 40, I was a little sad, you know.
I ain't even read chapter 40. I'm waiting for Tapas to catch up. They on chapter 38.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wait till Tapas catch up, and then I'll just binge the rest of it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow. All right, guys.
Triple F class trash hero.
People have been telling me right now. I still haven't got around to that.
That one is a very, very funny wonder. That's a very funny read. I absolutely love it.
I'm gonna check it out. It's on my list, like the million other things. I still gotta do Viral Hit. People have been telling me to check out. Along with all my one shots, I gotta do like The Sound of Another. And
are you reading Survival Story of the Sword King?
No, that's still on my list too. It's on my Tapas list. I just haven't got around to it.
Okay.
Gods Reborn just started with their next season, so I gotta catch up to that.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Also, Ember Knight is pretty good. You should check that out if you haven't.
I got you.
JC, like I still don't realize how y'all have all this time to read shit.
Like I said, we have a lot of downtime at work.
Like,
Honestly, if
what-
I had my car at work right now, I'd probably be doing that instead of reading.
Bro, like honestly, once you catch up, it's like it's really nothing to read like a bunch of series.
Yeah, and plus it's rather pretty quick reads too. Like I get it, you do it live, so then you read. You have to read it out loud, which takes longer. But then when you're reading in your head, I could read like 2 chapters in like like less than like like 2 minutes. Because I
Right.
just scroll through and reading everything. I'm just like, okay, keep going, we're good. And it's on my phone, so I'm just scrolling through, you know. Like Arc Dragoon, the puppet, you know, Iki. He's literally reads about 300 different fucking webtoons and manga in like a day, just to catch up on them all.
Does he have a
That'd be
job?
no for me, dog. Can't do it.
He reads a lot.
Look, man, I got time, but I ain't got that much time.
He's just
Yeah.
a consumer. All
The
he does
Bucks
is
won again?
consume words.
I need to know this man's lifestyle before I can congratulate that.
I would like to say
Yeah,
things about his personal life, but it's his personal life. Should
Yeah,
come from him,
exactly.
not me.
I agree.
I have heard that people have not liked the ending of Soul Leveling. Heard that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm.
I hope that's not true because I am on the edge
Christian
already.
reads a lot too.
Mm.
Little bit
Sarah.
my ass. I feel like you read a lot, dude.
Cool.
Christian.
Yeah, Christian does nothing but
Christian
read.
reads
He
Don't lie to
Christian
us,
stay
Christian.
reading.
We know
He's
you
a
read 'em.
stay-at-home dad. He's a
Living
house
life.
husband.
And he's retired, living that life.
Yeah.
Living a life of just
He's a house husband, you feel?
be reading everything.
Goku for Shudo, you feel me?
Facts. Shout out to T-Bait.
Anyways,
break.
well, guys, that's the end of this podcast. Since Trent didn't want to answer my question about the running manga, he's probably
Trent, you're
eating
muted
right
if you
now.
don't know, bro.
That's fine. No, he knows he's
Okay.
disappointed. I needed him one time. He let me down.
Sad.
But thanks for joining with the hodgepodge of everything we were talking about.
Shout out to Slime.
Shout out to Slime.
And Blue Lock.
Episode 2.
Woo!
I actually haven't checked out Blue
Blue
Lock
Lock
yet.
is, hey, hold on. Chapter came out today. Did it come out?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if a new chapter of Blue Lock came out today. That's a good
I read all of them. I'm caught up. Anyways, all right, guys. Okay. Anyways, peace. We're out. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.